Right. Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we'll discuss, we'll talk about BTC. We'll take a look at BTC on the macro scale, and we're also going to be talking about alt on the macro level and what type of exponential pump we could be getting over the next like a few months, especially in 2024. As we discussed before, the late 2023 going to be the best time to be buying alt, and most of you guys been seeing like these massive pumps right on alt. Hopefully most of you guys already been positioning regarding these regarding the next bull run and all that good stuff, right? So we'll talk about the total 3, total 2, the Bitcoin dominance and all that good stuff, right? So let me know if the sound is good before we dive into the before we dive into the analysis. We got Mr. Shu in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. All right, so we'll start off with let's go ahead and start with the quarterly time frame, right? Because we're about to get a quarterly close. So I know most people are still waiting for BTC to drop down to like a 9K, 3K, 4K, 1K, and all that good stuff. But when we take a look at BTC on a quarterly basis, nothing is showing like we're going to be dropping below these areas, okay? Not even down to the quarterly 21. If you guys remember last quarter, we discussed like even if we drop the quarterly 21 EMA, we'll be providing a massive support, and bulls did a great job not letting price drop down to the quarterly 21 EMA. So as you can see right now, the quarterly is like 56% pump, right? Over the last let's say less than 3 months, it's up like a 56%. Okay, the Q1 2023 we pumped 72%, and what I was saying was like we in a bull market, and it could take a lot longer than most bears are expecting, okay, to retest the 15K or even like a break it, because most bears, they still waiting for like a 5K, 3K, 1K, 2K, and all that good stuff, right? So but on a quarterly basis, we're still looking pretty bulls are still looking pretty strong, right? And if they break above the quarterly resistance, which is just about like a 45K, that could trigger an exponential growth right over the next like a few few months going into 2024 or even late 2025. As you can see, the most important thing to remember on BTC is not like breaking all-time high, but it is like to break right the 0.786 give or take, right? If you take a look at it right here, back in 2016, right? Back in 2016, the bull market started really right after we broke out above the 50% pullback right there, okay? As soon as we got the candle close, bang, okay, we pumped from like a $600 all the way up to a 20K. You take a look at the next bull market, right? The following bull market, as soon as we broke out above the 0.786 right here, just about like a 10K, what happened? We pumped all the way up to a 70K and all that good stuff. So I'm thinking like the same scenario, right? Most likely going to be playing out over the next like a few few months if we take out 45K. Okay, if we take out 45K, we could be repeating the same setup, right? Or the same exponential growth we saw back in we experienced back in 2016, 2017, and also back in 2020 and 2021 and all that good stuff, right? So hopefully it makes sense, right? So on a quarterly basis, everything looks good. I don't see anything bearish as of now, even though most bears are still staying bearish. Okay, nothing wrong with that, but just have to be very, very careful within the next like 16 to 18 months, right? Now if we take a look at BTC in terms of wave analysis, right, in terms of Elliott wave, one argument, okay, before we talk about the bullish move, right, one argument most bears are printing right now, right, it is like, okay, this entire move was a W, right, and this move going to be, it is almost done, right? They're saying like it is done, and that's going to be our X, and we're gonna get another Y to the downside over the next like a few years and all that good stuff, right? So this is what they printing. Okay, they just have to be very, very cautious, right? The reason for that is like anyone, okay, even myself, okay, I was expecting something like that back in 2019. So I learned from my mistake, right? Anticipating something like that, right? So luckily I was saying like, okay, we're gonna drop down to 4K, 5K, and we will see if we're gonna be dropping down low. But you can see, just because you understand Elliott wave, right, doesn't mean like the market will respect your idea, okay, or your ideas, right? So you just have to be very very nimble over the next like a few months, because I don't think this pattern will be playing out based on the 4-year cycle, unless we throw away the 4-year cycle and basically focus on a new cycle. Yes, we could dump down to these lows, right? But as long as we're getting basically a textbook pattern with the 4-year cycle, I'm just gonna stick with the 4-year cycle for the next like 18 months, right? Because it's been playing out perfectly. We said it right here on our way down. It's going to take 12 months for BTC to bottom, right? We stayed bearish for the entire 2022. For the entire 2022, we stayed bearish on BTC, right? And late 2022, early 2023, what we said, we at least going to retest the monthly 220 EMA, okay? And once we retest the monthly 220 EMA, we could struggle to break out above it. And if we do, we're going to be pushing higher. If we don't, we could retest the bottom. But we did not basically get a massive rejection from the monthly 221 EMA and all that good stuff, right? So based on Elliott wave analysis, I don't think this pattern is, has a high probability chance to basically be playing out, okay? But it is there. If you feel like you want to follow that pattern, feel free, right? And the bullish pattern I'm looking at right now is like, you can see like BTC on a quarterly basis, it always, it always prints, right, a three-way move, right? Back in 2013, you can see this entire move was a three-way move. You cannot clearly see it on on a quarterly, but it was a three-way move. 2017, 2018, we got a three-way move. Right here, we also printed a three-way move. So these three waves patterns, okay, they, I mean, we tend to see them in every bear market, okay? We already seen it so far, so I don't think we're going to get a bigger three-way move, meaning like going to get something like that, which is what most bears are, saying we're going to get over the next like a few months, right? So to the upside, what we're looking for, as I just said, if bulls manage to break above 45K, it's going to look very good, okay? It is going to look super, super bullish. I don't think we're going to get a one-to-one extension of our previous bull market, meaning like, I don't think we will get, if we extend this move, right, our previous bull market from 3100 to just about like a 70K, give or take. Let's just say 69K for Leroy, okay, right there, okay? If we extend it to the upside right there, Leroy will love this one, okay? It is saying like 1.5 million Leroy, okay? I don't think we will get there, okay, in this bull market or even in the next bull market, okay? It could take potentially like 10 to 12 years before we get there, right? However, if we just take this extension right there, right, from peak to peak right there, right, and we extend it to the upside, I think we can still get somewhere around like a 180 to 200K, okay, 180 to 200K. The extension is actually saying like a 270, but I think it is actually very, very it is too bullish, right, to be looking for anything above 200K, right? So something to keep in mind over the next like a few over the next like a 16 to a 17 month by mid 2025 and all that good stuff, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on a monthly basis. On a monthly basis, everything looks good, okay? You know, just about like a 3 to 4 month before the halving. And if you guys been watching our channel long enough, right, my channel long enough, I've been saying like, you know, by the time of the halving, most likely BTC will be above the monthly 21 EMA. And I showed you all these examples, okay? We've been talking about it like over the last few months, even before we started to project the directional uptrend, okay? So regardless of what type of correction we're going to get on the macro scale, it could be very difficult for the bears, right, to dump the price below the monthly 21 EMA, right? One thing you just got to keep in mind at the same time is like the correction, our previous correction, our 5 to 7 month correction started since like March 2023 down to like up to like a September, right, 2023. You know, the price action was just, you know, moving up and below the monthly 21 EMA, basically consolidating, you know, above and below the monthly 21 EMA. So most people are going to be confident enough, okay? Most bulls over the next like a few months, if we get any shakeouts, they're going to be confident enough to be saying like, okay, this was our previous resistance, right? Anything at or below it could be a gift, okay? I don't think it will, you know, we will be trading or trending for a very long time, like let's say 6 to 9 months below the monthly 21 EMA after the halving. Could we drop and retest the monthly 21? Potentially, okay? It is very possible, because I know most people who miss the bottom, okay, they saying like BTC will drop 30% after the halving. I mean, before or after the halving and all that good stuff, but it is not guaranteed. It is not guaranteed. So I'm not gonna play that card, right? Trying to say like, okay, we're gonna dump 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, whatever, okay, and all that good stuff, right? But we could, right? But I just don't care, because if we take a look at it on a quarterly basis, right, nothing is showing BTC will drop 25, 30%. Even if we do, I don't think we're not going to be wiping out, you know, the quarterly time frame right here and closing below it in 1 quarter. So if we see BTC anywhere around, you know, 30K to 20K area within the next like a few months, you just have to zoom out. You just have to zoom out and, you know, and say like, okay, why would we basically be closing below 28K when the Dow Jones just basically putting a new all-time high? The S&P 500 most likely going to be putting a new all-time high. I'm not sure if we already did, because I haven't checked it today. And the Nasdaq most likely over the next like a few weeks will be putting a new all-time high. So BTC is next, right, to be putting a new all-time high, and then you're gonna get Ethereum, Solana, and all these alt. They're gonna go crazy over the next like a 15 to 18 months, okay, by mid 2025. All right. So one thing, okay, for the macro bearish setup, we also got to keep in mind is like, you know, bears don't like to give up, okay? They like to move the goalposts, right? So one thing they're going to be saying once we hit 60 to a, you know, 70K area, they most likely, okay, the next argument, I'm just going to tell you the next bearish argument for the bears, not for me, right, but for the bears, right? They're going to be saying like, hey, this move, this entire move, it is a bear market rally, right? And BTC going to be creating an expanded flat like that and dump down to like a, you know, 3K, 4K, 1K, and all that good stuff. Okay, that's going to be the next topic. So just keep that in mind, okay? So they're going to be saying like, okay, the same move we printed right here, double tap right there around 63 to 70K and dump down to you know, 15K. That's what BTC going to be repeating on the macro scale, right? And I don't think it will, right? Even though it is a plausible pattern, okay, it is a textbook pattern, it can, right? But based on the 4-year cycle, I don't think we will print something like that, okay? So I'm gonna stay bullish, right? Even if we hit all-time high, because most people are gonna be like, oh, we hit all-time high, you gotta sell the news and all that good stuff. You know, we will see, okay? we will see. I'm gonna stay bullish for the next 15 to 18 months till basically 2020, mid 2025, or even late 2025, right? So I'm just gonna cover the quarterly and the monthly. I'm not gonna go deep dive into the low degree unless you guys have any question regarding the lower time frame. Okay, so the next thing to talk about, it is going to be our total market cap. So total market cap, as of now, it is just about like a 1.5 trillion. And I said it clearly, if we take out a 1.25 to 1.33, alt will go crazy, right? Even though the BTC dominance, right, if you take a look at the BTC dominance, right, it is still going up. However, these small cap alt, as I said, they're going to be pumping those with like a 3 million market cap, 5 million market cap, up to even like a 50 or even like 100 million market cap. They're going to be pumping a lot. I said it, guys. I told you, be positioning yourself for the alt season, right? But don't expect like Ethereum to go 10x, okay? Don't expect like Solana to go 10x, right? Or don't expect like let's say XRP or ADA to go 10x in Q4 2023. But the lower cap alt under 50 million market cap, they can go crazy. Okay, and we've been seeing it with the the BRC20, right? They've been going crazy. Rats, sats, cats, dogs, bats, and all of them. Okay, bongs. They've been going crazy. Okay, but those coins, you just have to be cautious. They don't have any utility. Okay, they just they're just there for for fun. So you just have to be very cautious when you're investing in those coins. Okay, but they can go crazy to the upside, right? If you know how to read the charts and all that good stuff, right? But if you go back to the total too, it is looking pretty good after the bull market peak around 3 trillion, just like Apple, 1-to-1, 1-to-1 ratio, crypto and Apple, right? Apple market cap peaked around like a 3 trillion back then. Crypto peaked around 3 trillion, and as of now, Apple is nearly around like a 3 trillion again. Okay, so most likely we will be retesting 3 trillion over the next like a few months. In terms of like a MACD, looks pretty bullish, got the bullish crossover. In terms of RSI, looking very, very juicy. We're above the midline. No sign of bearishness, right, on the monthly basis at least. Okay, got our double bottom right here. You could call it double bottom, but it is a fifth wave in a WXY correction, just like BTC right there. Okay, so push to the upside. You see why I keep saying like not every double top double bottom, it is a not every double top double bottom, right? You cannot look at like every double top double bottom as a bearish pattern, right? So for instance, right here you got your double top double bottom. What happened? You basically created a bull flag and then you broke out to the upside. All right, so and after 6 to 7 months of consolidation, you're just not expecting like price action to be creating a fake out. I think like this move, it is a real move, and bears, they're looking at it as a fake out, and they're saying like we're gonna be dumping down to like let's say 400 billion, okay, or like some of these bears, they're calling for like 150 billion, okay, because if BTC is to drop like a 90%, you gotta expect like everything to drop over 90%, right? So, and if that's the case, we would be dropping from like a 1.5 trillion, right, down to like a 1.5 billion, right, Leroy? Right? So I don't expect the crypto market cap to be dropping down to 150 billion. Okay, so unless you don't know what 150 billion is, right, you could wait for 150 billion, but compared to our current market cap, it is super low, and we traded back then around this area, right? And yes, you could be like, back then we were 150 billion, why not going back down to 150 billion? The market structure is not the same. Okay, crypto is growing exponentially to the upside. Okay, you got more users, more coins, okay, more utilities, right? And you're about to get your your ETF approval in January, right? So I don't think we're gonna approve the we're gonna approve the Bitcoin ETF, and then we're gonna get the approval on the we're gonna get the approval of the BTC, Bitcoin ETF, and then dump 90%. It just doesn't make any sense, okay? At least for me, okay? It could make sense for Leroy, right? But it doesn't make sense for me, right? So keep an eye on the total market cap to break out above, 3 trillion, and we could even get a potential cup and handle right there, and basically push to the upside up to basically 5 to 7 trillion or even higher. Okay, but it looks pretty juicy as of now. No need to be bearish on the macro, on the short term, right? Let's say daily up to the weekly, you could get anything, okay, based on the structure you're looking at and all that good stuff, right? So the BTC dominance, right? As we said, BTC most likely going to be dominating the trend over the next like a few months, right? However, this doesn't mean like alt won't pump. I said it multiple times, okay? The BTC dominance over the next like a few months could be still pushing to the upside. The next level of resistance somewhere around like a 50. Let's do the let's get it properly right there. Okay, we just hit like a 50% pullback. Next level of resistance going to be 57 up to a 63. Okay, so 57 right here, and then you got 0.786 around like a 63. Okay, so but we'll see if we're going to be able to break 57 at 0.618 first before we talk about the 63 to a 64% dominance, right? You might be like, why are we going to be pumping so much, right? You got to think about it, right? Back in 2021, that's when we really got the alt season, right? And that's when BTC picked, and BTC was around like a 30K in 2021, January 2021, okay, which is 50% above the previous all-time high. So we could see BTC pumping up to like, let's say, 90K, 100K, right? Before the BTC dominance peaks. That is possible. So don't think like BTC will give up its dominance over the next like a few months. But as I said, it doesn't mean like alt won't pump. Most alt will outperform BTC even if the BTC dominance goes up. Most alt will outperform BTC even if the BTC dominance goes up in the next like a, let's say a few months. It's gonna be hard to tell, right? Because last time the BTC dominance picked, let's say 6 months, like let's say 6-7 months, okay, after the halving, right? The halving was right here back in May, right there. Right, May 2020, right? After the halving, it dumped slightly and then pushed back up. Okay, so after the halving, right, depending on where the dominance is going to be at, it could dump slightly and still push back up. So if you heard me said before, sell alt into BTC 3 months after the halving, that's one of the reasons right here. Okay, because after the halving, alt could basically struggle. I mean, they could pump, okay, let's say 2 to 3 months, up to 4 months, right? They could pump. However, BTC will take over after that just to break all-time high before alt can basically go crazy again. All right, so if that's too complicated, the best thing to do is not to do anything. Really, not to do anything. Just hodl over the next like 18 months. Don't buy, I wouldn't say don't buy, but not financial advice, right? But don't sell, okay? Don't sell, just hodl over the next like 12 to 18 months, all right? If you waited the entire 2022 bear market, right, it is much easier to wait the entire 2024, okay? And then 2025, you do whatever you want, okay? Not financial advice, right? So just be cautious, trying to be bearish, right? Just because we are overextended, right? It's not time to be bearish, at least for me, right? It is time to stay bullish till we see something bearish, okay, and then I will flip my trading strategy and all that good stuff. So we got Mark, thanks a lot for tuning in. Mr. Shu 589, thanks a lot for tuning in. So guys, let's see, if you guys find the content useful, just hit the likes, okay? Don't be stingy, all right? So it is free content, right? So it doesn't cost you anything to hit the likes, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the dominance on the low degree before we talk about total 3. So the dominance, you know, it looks really good, right? It doesn't matter which way it goes, right? To the upside, it means like BTC gonna stay bullish, right? If we pump to the upside. If we dump to the downside and retest the lows somewhere around like a 51.5 to a 51 up to 51.8%, Alt will pump. So it doesn't matter how you want to do it, okay? If you're bullish on BTC, if the dominance goes up, stay with BTC. If you're bullish on Alt, if the dominance dumps, right, stay with Alt, right? But I don't think this pattern is bearish at all, because I don't see the dominance going up and BTC dumping. Okay, it is possible, but based on the overall macro trend, right, the likelihood of the dominance going up and BTC going up, it is higher than the dominance going up and BTC dropping. Okay, I said it right here. I think that was back in November. I said, you know, I think BTC was slightly bearish, right? But the reason why I stayed bullish was, like I said, the dominance will be retesting the top, and I don't see BTC dumping and the dominance pumping. So if you were bearish around like late November, right, and you did not watch the dominance, right, you would have been like, okay, we're going to be dumping, and we didn't dump. That's why I did not, I wasn't bearish. I said just stay, I said it in my premium, just stay bullish, because you know the dominance likely to push to the upside. But at the current level right here, it is a 50-50 thing, right? And both of them are pretty bullish. Okay, it doesn't matter which way it goes. It is, you know, it is going to be some fireworks, right? Right. So now let's go ahead and take a look at total 3. So total 3 on a monthly basis, we just got a close above the monthly 21 EMA. Okay, getting another close above the monthly 21 EMA, and most of the top coins, they still not pumping, right? And I totally understand, right? Because most of the top coins, by the end of the bull run, they won't be top coins anymore, okay? Because the top 100 will get shuffled around, and then you're gonna get a whole new ball game. You're gonna see like a lot of new coins in 2025. Most of the 2017 coins will get wiped out. They're not gonna be in the top 100. Some of them will still be. I think like VChain, you know, probably Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, you know, of course Ethereum, XRP. They're still gonna be in the top 100. But most of the top 100 coins from 2017 will get wiped out. They're not gonna be, you know, it doesn't matter if they were like a top 10, top 3, whatever, okay? And most of the top 100 coin back in 2021 bull run, right, some of them will still be in the top 100, okay? They will get wiped out later on in the next bear market, all right? So if you're holding any of these top 100 coin, right, from 2021, you cannot hold them throughout the next bear market. You just have to get rid of them and be waiting for the next narrative. Okay, speaking of narrative, right now, most of you guys know the new narrative is what? The BRC20. Okay, so, and those coins, they're going to flood into the top 100, and they're going to dominate the top 100, right? Just like the, the ICO season, right, back in 2017, and the DeFi season back in 2021, okay? So it is most likely going to be the BRC20 season in 2024, 2025. So got to be positioning early enough before these guys get into the top 100, because most of them not going to get into the top 10, right? So very few coins will get into the top 10, because the top 10, it is a curse. If you get into the top 10, ask BitConnect, right? I think BitConnect was a top 10 once a while, right? Back in 2017, right? Ask Luna, okay? Ask XEM, NEM, right? Ask Neo, okay? Neo, was at some point a top 10 coin, right? Could not stay in the top 10. So it is very, very competitive to be a top 10 crypto. If your crypto is a top 10, just know it is time to basically sell it and basically go into BTC, and then you're gonna still be a top 10 yourself. so something to basically keep in mind, because if you haven't been in the crypto space long enough, right, you might not understand these little details, especially if this is going to be your first bull run, right? You won't understand anything about like the top 10, right? So, and you're gonna buy anything, right? You're gonna buy anything and everything. But if this is your second or third bull run, right, you might understand what I'm saying, right? Aladino saying like, I'm early, like we're going all night. Yes, I'm bullish on Ether. I'm bullish on Ether BTC, Ether USD. Right, we broke out above 2150, and Ether BTC already hit nearly 0.5. Yes, it can drop another 20%, but I don't think it will make a big difference, in 2025, because I think Ether will be way above 5K, before the, by 2025, right? In 2025, I would say, right? So it is time to stay bullish, not time to be bearish, right? So yeah, but going back to the total 3, looks pretty good. MACD just flipped positive. We're above the monthly 21 EMA, just like what happened right here back in May, May 2020. You could make the argument like, hey, that's where we are right now, right? And we're gonna dump back down to retest the support. One thing you got to keep in mind is like back in 2018, 2019, right? We did not move 18 months, right, before retesting the monthly 21 EMA. You see what I'm saying? We dropped 12. We dropped for 12 months and then pushed back up to the monthly 21. Right? So you can see what I'm saying. We had the dump, right, and then push back up straight up to the monthly 21, and then move sideways before the bull market. But this time, right, you can see total 3 drop for, we dropped down to these lows, right, and then still kept on dropping, okay, and printed what? A wedge pattern. So it is not the same pattern, and it is not the same time pattern also in terms of time. So that's why I don't think like we will be, okay, retesting these lows. Even if we do, that's just going to be a second chance, right? I take it. But bears will be like, okay, we're going to drop down to 100 billion. But the likelihood, of dropping is low. But if we do, we're going to get a second chance, right, of reaccumulating at the bottom. But as of now, the probability is much higher, right, for us to be going exponentially, higher to the upside over the next like a few months. Okay, not on the 15-second charts, right? We got MHA in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. What can you tell us about ADA USDT? I mean, if you've been following our live stream, I said, when ADA was around like the 20, 25, 24, up to 28 cents, I said, grab some ADA, the bull run about to start, so no need to be waiting longer or waiting lower, right? So okay, Aladino is saying like, it feels like Ethereum was lagging behind, but still making high highs and high lows and all that good stuff, yes, I mean, we'll take a look at it, right? So I think that's all I wanted to cover, right? For BTC, right, on the macro scale. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ether. So for Ethereum, I just seen like some bears, right? Okay, 2850, 3150, it is a pivot point, but we're not there yet. Okay, so I was just seeing like some bears. If you guys remember last year, I was saying like Ether can still make this move down to these lows, but it needed to break below 80, below like a 888, right? But it did not even retest that level because we got a massive support around like a 1080, right? So based on time, Ether has bottomed. Okay, based on time, Ether has bottomed, and based on price, we already bottomed. Okay, so I don't see, as of now, okay, I don't see any argument to be bearish on Ether, even though most bears are printing a rising wedge, right? And they saying like we're gonna drop down to, down to like a 550 and all that good stuff. Technically, it is a nice pattern, okay? But as I said, you always got to think about the 4-year cycle. Okay, if this was like early in the bear market, I would say it is highly probable for Ether to retest like a $600. But 2 months, 3 months before the halving, as I've been saying, it is not a time to sell. Even if you sell, right, we could get a price correction, but that correction will only be a price correction. We're not going to be correcting in time, right? It might dump like in 1 week, 2 weeks, maximum 3 weeks, but it's not going to dump like in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Because we're already in a bear market since 2021. It's over like 24 months we've been in a bear market, right, for Ether. Because we haven't broken out above the all-time high around 5K, right? So you could still say like we're in a downtrend, right? Because it is still making another, lower high right there after 5K. And, 4K, it is still lower. Technically, you could say we are still in a bear market. But if you incorporate the 4-year cycle, you might change your mind and be like, okay, why should I be bearish? Why should I be bearish? Okay, we were bearish on Ether at 4,100. Okay, and I said it right here, buy Ether at the monthly. Let's see right there. Check it. Okay, I was saying buy Ether right there, right around the 382, right at $1,000. Okay, at $1,000, and we were, we started shorting Ether at 41, 4,300 range, all the way down. Kept on shorting this cycle all the way down. Okay, so in multiple trades, of course, not a single trade. It wasn't a single trade, right? Just like BTC. Okay, so the next thing to really, keep an eye on Ether, if we don't break the rising wedge, right, the big resistance over the next like a few months, it is not even like 2,500, right? In terms of price, you're looking at like 2,850, 3,150 area, or even up to 3,500. But I think it'll take time to get there because the BTC dominance could still be staying strong, and Ether might be lagging to break all-time high, just like what happened back in 2020. Okay, remember what I said right here after Ether broke out above 410. What I said, don't short it. Okay, and I said straight up, we most likely going back up to an all-time high. Right, so that could be the scenario right here. As long as we do not break the support trend line right here, right, to give bulls something to say, right, the likelihood of continuing to the upside is much higher than basically dropping to the downside. I could be wrong, but as I said, as long as we do not drop below this range, right, of support, which is somewhere around like 1710, and we know 1710 1950 and 2150, right? They were resistance, and now they're going to be acting as support if we get any pullbacks on Ether. Okay, but to look for 650, 550, $200, just, you know, let it go down the drain. Okay, not time to be looking for those lows. All right. So I mean, hasta la vista, Barbie in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Okay, Moha is asking, what is the chance of Ether dropping down to 1600? I mean, I just don't know what to tell you, right? We can drop down to 1600, right? But the likelihood is not high. Okay, I wouldn't be. I mean, if you shorting, okay, you leverage shorting, I wouldn't recommend, right? If it comes back down to 1600, it could be a second chance, of course, right? But I don't know. I can't tell you because we're above the monthly 21. The monthly 21 was our, premium resistance right there, right? we broke out above it. Could we retest it? As of now, it is at 1874. Okay, you could make an argument like, hey, we could retest the monthly 50 also. That's probable, right? But the safest thing to do, if you're just huddling, the safest thing to do is just be patient. Don't mess with it. Because if we pump up to like a 3,500, 4,000 area, you're going to be like, okay, can we get another second chance to buy at 2,000? As of now, we're at 2180, right? If we pump up to like a 2850, 3150, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to wait for a second chance. It's not time for getting second chances, right? We had like a whole 18 months of consolidation, okay? But don't get me wrong, okay? It could retest 1600, right? But I have to see it, okay, to believe it. What is a new 100x S coin? Sandmaster. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know the next 100x is not in the top 10. Okay, and most likely not in the top 100 as of now, right? But check out the BRC 20s, right? They're very volatile. Some of them already pumped 100x, right, in the last 2 months. So just have to be cautious with them, right? And check out the L2s also, on the L2s on the Bitcoin network, right? Stocks definitely gonna get some hypes. And stocks BTC, I was looking at it. It's not even parabolic, right? It kind of gives me, let's just do it like that. Okay, it's up 67% this month, right? It's actually probably up 10% today, because last time I saw it was like 57%. Yeah, so it's up 10% this day. It's up 10% today, right? So stocks BTC, I'm very bullish on it, right? Do your own research, okay? Don't go ahead and just buy it because I'm bullish on it, because it can go to zero. Anything in crypto can go to zero, okay? So I'm bullish on it, okay? Chart wise, it looks good, okay? Big macro accumulation since like 2019, October 2019. Similar to like the chart looks like Dogecoin a bit, right? With the macro double and triple bottom, whatever you want to call it. Just have to take out the 7,000, 8,000 area, and it could go for another parabolic move up to like a 400,000 sats. And if we get some real FOMO, it could go up to like a 200,000 sats. Okay, so but we will see. We'll talk about it in another video and all that good stuff. But as of now, it looks really good. Okay, the 200% move we had back in February looks like that was the move, right, that initiated the BRC20. Because after we got the move right here, the BRC20 started to show up, I think like in April May 2023, but all of them dumped like 95-98%. And as you can see, all of a sudden all the BRC are starting to pump, and stocks, STX is starting basically to take over again. Okay, so it looks really, really good with the macro double bottom. David, thanks a lot for tuning in, man. When breakout tonight? Casper, Mark Tai is saying like Casper going to be the next 1000x coin. Okay. We got Mark is saying also Casper. Okay, let's take a look at Casper. Okay, Casper, I did a premium analysis on it a couple of weeks ago. Oh, luckily it's right here, right there. So it looks really good. It got the hype, it got the narrative, right? It's not a top 10 coin and could potentially get up to the top 10. Okay, but just have to be mindful on your indicators, right? Regarding your indicators, the 3D RSI, okay, mid-range, going to be the permanent support throughout the bull run. Okay, so it is close to it right now. We're at the 3D21. If you believe in the project, right, that's the time to reaccumulate, right? And the next support going to be the weekly 21 EMA at 8 cents as of now. Okay, as you can see right here, it has multiple bull runs, right, over the last few months, right? So let's take a look at it on the 3D, because you can see the moves much cleaner. Okay, so it seems like the entire move right here was a single bull run, right? And this entire move right here was a single bull run, and the entire move right here was also a single bull run, right? And then you got another move right there. Okay, so or you could even say like the entire move right there was a single bull run from here up to that point, from the 0.0001 whatever, okay, up to 4 cents was a single bull run, correction right here, another bull run right here. So this move right here could just be a correction as of now. So this is going to be our correction right there. So you don't know if you're gonna get a double correction or not, right? But it is a correction, and I said it in my premium, if we retest the RSI mid-range just by like a 50, that's going to be the first level to accumulate, and the second level of accumulation going to be your weekly 21. Okay, your weekly 21 EMA, and the weekly RSI could still drop down here if we retest the weekly 21 EMA around 8 cents. So as long as we can stay above the weekly 21, the trend going to be up, right? Possibly till 2025 and all that good stuff, right? All the way up to some crazy prices, right? So just to oversimplify it, first support 3D 21, second support weekly 21, and then just have to be patient with it. Okay, Moha is saying like, hey, San, what do you think about Solana? I bought it at $10. I sold that for $44. And I mean, he didn't buy at $10. I'm just saying. So I bought it at $44. I mean, I sold it at $44. Now it's at 72. What should I do? I'm so unlucky. I mean, just be patient, okay? Buy some Ethereum and be patient, right? That's what I would say. Not financial advice, right? So, Hasta la Vista is a moon boy talking about 20k Ether. I don't think Ether will get to 20k. You know, if you see Ether anywhere between 10 to 15k, run away. COM USDT. Is it compound? Okay, you gotta give me a whole name because it's so much like a nonsense coins with a COM. So give me a whole name. Let's check it out right here. Okay, it is a BRC20. I mean, it is fresh, right? So I don't know what it is, right? Because some of them, they just meme coins. So you just have to understand what you're getting into, right? So I'm bullish on some of these BRC20s, but I totally understand they're just meme coins, right? So, but looks good on the, you know, on the 6 hour. Nothing crazy, right? Okay, Peter is saying like coins like AVAX, TRA, they pump. I mean, AVAX, we've been following AVAX, you know, on our premium since AVAX was, you know, around like $100, you know, back in 2020. I clearly say get out of AVAX. It's gonna dump down to a, you know, 50% to 0.618. Accumulate and be patient. Just like Solana, I was bearish on those like in mid 2022. Solana, near AVAX before the Luna crash. Okay, back in 2022, right? So if you sold, just have to be patient. If you want to get in, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, after a 10x pump, right? Get some Ether. Okay, make sure to get some Ether. Ether will take a turn. Okay, Ether will take its turn, and most of these coins, okay, before the end of the bull market, they will drop 90% against Ether. Okay, believe me, they will. So don't sleep on Ether. ADA is doing pretty well, right? Doge hasn't pumped yet. Ethereum Classic hasn't pumped yet. Even EOS, okay, I think it's not gonna do 100x, but it hasn't pumped yet, right? You name it, okay. Even Tesla still under $1, right? Mana, Sand, right? All those game coins, MBOX, right? They hasn't pumped yet, right? So Theta hasn't pumped. AXS, Zilliker, VChain, you know, still warming up, right? But could still go up to like a 6 cents, 7 cents, right? BAT still hasn't pumped yet, right? SNX still around $3, under $4. Shiba, you know, ICP. I give you, I mean, last time ICP looks like it's warming up for another pump, right? So ICP, I think someone asked, and I talk about it in my premium, right? When ICP was right here, right? I talk about it in public also. I said get ready, for ICP to get ballistic over the next like a few months, right? It took like few weeks for ICP to hit the target right there, okay, right there, and it even pumped nearly up to the monthly 220 EMA. All right, so it's the same setup we talked about in our public group, right? So Filecoin, similarly, it's gonna fly. It's gonna fly crazily to the upside, right? $9 to $11. I don't think it will go back to all-time high, right? But it will do pretty well if you're accumulating it around this area, right? Under $7, $8. In my premium, I discussed about ICP macro back in like 2022, like August, I think like October 2020, right? October 2022, excuse me, right? And I talk about like the double, the double top right here, even before it played out. Okay, all right. So still a good hold, up to potentially like $9, $11. Maybe take some profit in the short term. On the macro basis, you could still wait, but it's not gonna go. It's not gonna go up to like, $200. Right? It's not gonna get there. So believe me, it's not. ICP already hit target, almost like the it pumped to $9 to $10, right? The monthly 220 EMA going to be the next target, but don't leverage it, right? So don't leverage it. So next level of resistance right here around $12. After that, we got another big resistance around like a $22 right there. That was our April 2022 resistance right there. So we just took out the August 2022 resistance, right? So next resistance is going to be the April at 22. So I don't know what type of a correction we will make. And sometimes they don't even, correct, okay? They just keep blasting off like AVAX or Solana. But I'm not sure if ICP will be strong enough to do that. So the best thing to do is just take some profits, at least 50%, and wait. If it goes up to 22, great. You're still holding some. But take some profits into BTC, okay? Not USDT. All right, almost 57 minutes. Okay, hey Sam, take a look at Sharp. SHRAP. Okay. Look, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I mean it looks good. The chart looks good, but no, it's too new, so I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I would tell you is like we at the daily 21 and we back down to the mid range on the RSI. So if the volatility going to remain up, right, you potentially got a continuation to the upside, right? So if for whatever reason it corrects down, since like we're still in a bull run, you just accumulate as support through A2, 50%, 0.618, depending on where we're going to get the next bullish divergence, right? But overall, it's not bad. This could just be a correction. It could be a correction. However, if we push back up and fail to break it for like a few weeks, you might just want to get out and wait to see if it's going to break it, right? If not, you could go to the moon. I don't know anything about the coin, right? So let's take a look at it. Yes, it's one of those coins, right? They're gonna dump hard in the next bear market. You can see like only 10%, only 10% is circulating, and you got nearly 3 billion, right? Of it like a 3 billion of it in term of like a total supply and maximum supply, but you only got like under 250 million running, so it could do well. However, you just have to get rid of it in the next bear market. Otherwise, they're going to dump it on you. I mean, just type send crypto. I don't tweet a lot, right? So I don't do. I mean, but I'm pretty active on my Telegram. You can follow me on my, on Telegram, or you can join also my Discord, right? I got Discord Premium and Public, so you can just join the link in the description, okay? And so that way we're gonna be ready for the bull run and all that good stuff, right? I mean, I think NEO will do good, but I don't think it will do great, right? I don't think it will go like, it will break like $200, $300, but it could retest $100 or even 120, right? But I don't think it'll go like $500, $600, $1,000, stuff like that, because the market sentiment has shifted already, and NEO hasn't been able to keep up with the overall trend in terms of hype, in terms of like a community, in terms of news. So I haven't heard anyone talking about NEO really, but chart wise I think it'll do okay. You can easily get a 5 to 10x on NEO. All right, anything else, guys? Any other coins? I mean, I'm looking at the BRC20s, right? Narrative, Alex Lab, Stacks, Mint Layer. I'm still looking at Mint Layer. It kind of pumped a lot recently, so but I haven't talked about it at all. Even in my premium, I just I haven't seen any charts yet because I'm still looking at it, right? So because we're gonna get another correction, so we'll see how this alt will correct also. So you don't want to FOMO. We got 18 months to go, so no need to FOMO. Okay, if you don't know what to do, just stay in the top coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, XRP, and stuff like that, right? But if you FOMO on these alt that already pumped like 10x, 20, 50, 100x, they could go down for the next 3 months, right? And if you're already all in, Ethereum might be pumping while you're already in on, into bunk or dunk or sunk, whatever the name is, right? So I'm not giving you any financial advice. I'm just giving you my overview. You can do whatever you want, right? So buy whatever you want. I'm just, based on what I've seen over the last few years. You have to be very, very cautious, and you have to basically, you have to manage risk, right? Because we got a long way to go. It's not a sprint. It's going to be a marathon. You're going to make a lot of money if you're just patient, right? Because these guys, they don't pump 2x, 3x. When they pump, you guys already know. All of you guys looking for the next 100x, right? So you guys know the potential in crypto, right? But you have to control your emotion, right? Not looking at your calculator all the time. How much is this coin gonna pump? And if it pumps this much, how much money I'm gonna make? So like Leroy got like a 35 inches calculator in front of him. So for someone with a $10,000 portfolio, what's your advice on how to allocate in terms of like a percentage. I would say at least, okay, at least keep 50% BTC till the halving. You know, if you're holding any coins, it pumps, you know, reduce, you know, profits into BTC, you know, till the halving, okay? And then you can reallocate, you know, keep another 25% into, you know, the top 10, top 15 coins, and then keep 25% into the other S coins. We are super early, okay? We are super early. So don't feel like you missed out on anything. Not even like bonk. So even though sucker pump like 200x in like in one quarter, let's take a look at that sucker. So you see like this sucker pump like in the last 3 months, it pumped over 200,000%. You know what's 200,000%? That's 50% of what XRP, nearly 50% of what XRP pumped, right, in 2017. That's how big it is. Okay, so if you want to buy after 200,000 pump, right, you gotta take the risk, right, just in case it moves sideways for like a 3 to 6 months. Okay, you just have to calculate that risk. Oh, we got Quiet Cook in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Dumping all the ERC20 token down the drain. Washing all the BRC20 and liquidating all the ethers just to buy ADA. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Yeah, bong pumped a lot, okay? But I never touch it. I'm not touching it, okay? I'm not saying I will never touch it, but I'm saying I'm not touching it as of now. It can pump another 100x from here. I know I will miss out, but that's how you basically control your emotion and basically control your risk. Quiet Cook. Alright. Any other coins, guys? It's already 1 hour. And we're not gonna go for another live stream till basically after New Year probably. So get your coins out. Yeah, even Alex Lab, I like it a lot. I like the market cap, right, and everything, but it is just so parabolically up, right? Not giving you any chance to even analyze it, okay? But looks good overall. Looks very, very good. I know we're gonna get some sort of correction. It is gonna be a deep correction, not like a 20 to 25%, potentially, 50 to 60% correction down the road. But the thing is, it could be higher after that. Okay, I mean, it could be still high. It could go all the way up to, let's say, $3 and still pump down here, right? A 60% move, still higher than basically 40%. That's the problem. Okay, so I just have to manage risk, but it looks really good, right? So, and it is on top of stocks. So if stocks going to pump, right, it means like Alex going to pump. Okay, and all the BRC20 going to do pretty well, right? So it's only, I mean, not only, but it's 10x, okay, from the lows of like the 10x in 3 months, in 1 quarter. So Peter thing, repeat what? Okay, let's see. In the last cycle, at this time of the year, let's say November, December, you advise us to buy all the S coins, but in January, February, the year after, we had a massive alt. Do you think like we will? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it is always good to buy. Okay, 3 to 6 months before the halving. Okay, you don't know what will happen in that time frame, right? But the thing is, if you got a macro outlook, you're waiting for the following 18 months, you don't care if all to drop like, let's say 50%, 70%. You don't care, because you know the potential, it is still going to be 100x, 200x, and all that good stuff, right? Yes, back in October 2019, I was saying buy alt. I was saying buy ADA, right? Even XLM, it didn't do pretty well, but ADA did pretty well, right? And many other coins, right? I was saying to buy those coins, right? OEN, right? FTM, right? CHR, CHZ. You're in my premium, right? Remember, we were buying those coins when no one was talking about those coins. Okay? No one was talking about those coins. Okay? And I was just going by the charts, not even by the news or by the narrative. And most of those coins, they pump 100x. FTM did, OEN, I think it did pump 100x, right? IOTX pumped a lot. CELR pumped a lot. FET pumped a lot. BLZ pumped a lot. Even BZRX pumped a lot back then. TRB, it didn't do well, but it still pumped, right? So I remember all those coins, right? So let's take a look at Sand. I think Sand will just have to wait for the gaming narrative, right, to get the pump. But on the 3D, it looks very, very good, just like Mana also looks pretty good. So Sand resistance around like 80 cents up to 95 cents, 85 to 95, right there. Okay, that's going to be a short-term resistance, right? So would be looking for this move up to $8, and just be cautious because it is a 2021 coins, and some of these 2021 coins might not be going parabolic above the previous all-time high. So you just have to be very, very cautious, right? Once we hit $8 to $10 area. Tracy McGrady, thanks a lot for tuning in. CRO, I'm bullish on CRO. I think Quiet Cook is looking to dump the some ADA for CRO. CRO, Maxi, Wazir, BNB, all those centralized exchanges, right? You just have to suck it up. Have to hold some centralized exchanges, right, for the bull run, because they're gonna pick last. They're not gonna be picking right early in the bull market. That's the advantage of holding some of these centralized exchanges, right? Binance, Maxi, BitGet, whatever. Okay, I'm not giving you any to buy. I'm just telling you the trend. Okay, so it looks pretty good right here. I'm not sure if we talk about it in our last live stream, right? But it looks really good, right? It just hit the resistance right here. So November 2022 right there. So but it looks pretty good. Likely to be going back to all-time high. In our premium right here, I talk about a CRO in the second half of the bull run, said like accumulate CRO against BTC. Okay, I didn't see the pattern in USD, but I was just watching the CR or BTC, and that's what it gave us in USD, 700% when no one was expecting it. I think it is nothing but Link 2.0, and not in terms of like a tech, okay, in terms of like a pattern. Oh gosh, it is 1 hour 15 minutes. Leroy gonna kill me. Okay, so right here, so that's the same pattern we printed on Link, 15 months consolidation. So just have to hurdle, okay, just have to hurdle. Next resistance around like $18. As of now we are $6. So if we drop back down to retest the weekly 21, that could be a nice tag of the previous resistance right here. If not, you got $18 area. As long as we stay above the weekly 21, we could be in an uptrend, unless in terms of wave analysis we get a move something like that, okay, where we retrace even back down to the lows, okay, still just to basically print a wave 2 correction. So, but I would just say the wave 2 could be down to the weekly 21, since the market is super bullish. If we get any bad news and all that good stuff, the wave 2 could retrace deeper. But I would just say for now the weekly 21 till we get something different. Quiet cook, keeping my ADA for now. Okay, H bar. It looks pretty good. So it looks pretty good. You got your W pattern, right? Just have to break this range. Now, could be a break and retest, just like PYR, we just talked about it, right? So could be a break and retest and a continuation to retest the previous stop right here. But the good news is, like, we above the 18-month lows right here in terms of consolidation, our June 2022, right? So this entire move is nothing but a consolidation, right? It is a nice pattern, right? Because you got a clear WXY pattern, WXYX. You could just say WXY, just like that, or WXYXZ correction if you want to be complex. If you want to make it a complex correction, right? That is our wave 1. Okay. If you don't want to basically do it in terms of like a W, you could say that's our wave 1, and this is going to be our wave, potentially wave 3 right here, wave 5 right there. So you got multiple ways of counting it, of analyzing it, right? Nevertheless, right, this is still going to be a bottom formation. Alright guys, so make sure to join the public Telegram group, link in the description. You can also join the Send Premium group. Be ready for the bull market. We did pretty well in our last bull run, multiple 100x, no hype and none of that good stuff, right? I mean, none of that nonsense, right? Pure technical analysis, not chasing any coins. Most of the coins we bought in the last bull run, we bought them like nearly at the bottom, right? And most of the coins I discussed like over the last 2 to 6 months in my premium, they were at the bottom. Okay, so we'll just try to avoid like buying anything after they pump like 100x in 2025, and then and all that good stuff, right? So join the public Telegram group, or you can join the Discord public group. Both links in the description. So I'll talk to you guys later. Jenkos always comes late. Okay, I want to talk about QNT. So QNT, before we take a look at QNT, just take a look at this pattern right here, okay? QNT BTC, right? So that's the same pattern. Let's see. I have to take a look at it right there. QNT BTC. So if you're bullish on, that's a pattern I just showed you right on H bar. So if you're bullish on QNT, you must watch QNT BTC. Okay. All right. So it is a double top, double top, and double bottom. Right. So support around like 160,000, 170,000 sats. Okay. So we just don't want to break below that key area. If we do, it could come all the way down to like 100,000 sats, which is another, let's say 40% below the 170, 160. Okay, but overall it looks pretty juicy, right? If we can hold the support right here, right, it could basically at least get a triple top, kind of like a Matic. Kind of like Matic. You see how Matic just printed this move right here, double top, double bottom, and get the triple top right here. So, but just have to hold right at or above 160,000 sats. Okay. So the good news is also like your MACD is super overbought. I mean oversold, right? After a strong overbought territory right here with a divergence. So I wouldn't be selling right here. Just buy and hold just in case, right? We even do not retest 160. As of now it is at 250,000, right? But just hold, right? Not financial advice, right? And basically just be patient, right? Accumulation range right here. So big accumulation range back then before the pump. Okay, I just talked about H bar like literally 2 minutes ago, so you can basically rewind it and watch H bar. All right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Be safe out there. Be bullish, right? Send crypto, and be patient, right? Be patient and be bullish. Not time to be bearish and all that nonsense. All right, guys, thanks a lot.